Good morning, heroes. I'm the Orange Ranger, and welcome to MorphiCon, day -1. That's right, it's finally time. First, I will say I probably seem a little bit tired. I didn't get a ton of sleep last night, as you would probably imagine, although I did pretty well. I got to bed at 12:30, and I got up at 5:30. I tossed and turned for about 30 minutes, so I'm probably working on like 4.5 hours of sleep, which is not ideal, but understandable. A very wise decision on my part was to get a bottle of ZzzQuil, and I took a shot of that. I've talked on Twitter about how it felt like this trip was creeping up. Like, it always felt like there was such a short amount of time until it happened, but it didn't feel like it was ever getting here. The day has arrived. Today is Wednesday, August 15th, and today is my flight to Anaheim. You may have noticed I said MorphiCon day -1. That is indeed the case. I'm flying into Anaheim today, but the convention is not only not today, it is also not tomorrow. I wanted a good amount of time to get settled and, you know, not just show up and have the convention happen, because this is such a monumental trip for me. For those of you who aren't aware and haven't seen me mention it on Twitter or anything like that, this will be my first time on an airplane. So this is going to be quite the adventure. And I'm going all the way across the country, and it's just going to be an incredible experience. I am all packed up. My carry-on / personal item. So I got a set of 3 orange suitcases. You just saw some of them there. It turns out I only needed 2 of them. I packed my, some stuff into my smallest suitcase and nested that into the second one. So now I'll have another suitcase to bring with me. I also have to get some coffee and a peanut butter sandwich I have sitting over there into me. One other thing I want to quickly mention before I go here is that this vlogging experience is going to be different than MomoCon for 2 reasons. Number one, despite this long clip that you're staring at here of me just staring at the camera talking, I am going to vary up this experience, and I'm going to try not to monologue at the camera so much. I'm still probably going to do some of that. I feel like a lot of the value of this vlog, both for me personally as remembering and for you heroes watching, is my thought processes and what I'm thinking and what I'm feeling as I go through amazing experiences like this. But it's mainly about cataloging those experiences. So while I'll probably still talk at the camera a good bit, I'm going to definitely focus a lot more on recording my surroundings and what things look like, and just giving everyone who watches the video a much better feel for the experience. The other reason it's going to be different is because you're not going to have any clips of me in the car driving. In between the time of MomoCon and now, Georgia officially passed a law making itself a hands-free driving state. The law actually prohibits recording video of any kind with any sort of device while in a vehicle, even if it is mounted, even if it is hands-free. You can't record any video. And I want to say from the start that I understand that, and I get it, and it is safer and everything. I may be a little frustrated that it dampens my vlogging experience, but that's okay. I will definitely work around it in the name of safety. Alright, I have about 30 minutes here, give or take, and I want to eat this breakfast and pack up my carry-on and get on the truck. So it's hard to believe this is really beginning, but it really is. It's time to go to MorphiCon. As is becoming tradition for me, a quick stop at Walmart before I get on the road proper. In this case, I'm getting an air conditioner mount for the phone. I'm gonna be playing music and doing stuff that's legal. And an energy drink. I actually feel pretty good right now, which is probably just adrenaline and anxiety. Look at how lit, look at how lit I am. Look at how well lit I am by the rising sun. You can see the shadow of the phone. As I was walking out of Walmart, as you see there, I had kind of an epiphany, a duh moment. The vent for the phone, also GPS instructions to the airport. I have tried having the phone just kind of sitting, you know, like on the console type middle section. It slides around. I don't want to do that. Okay, time to head for Jacksonville. I remember back in the old days, we couldn't even get on an airplane. We just had to flap our arms and get to the place that we was going. So, if you can't tell, I am at the airport, Jacksonville International Airport, and this is happening. This is really a thing. I've checked my orange luggage. It will be making the trip to Anaheim. I have a boarding doohickey. It's not a doohickey, it's a little manual thing with some tags in it. I don't know. Right over there is the departure gate. Yes, I am in a rocking chair. I'm nervous. I am so nervous. I've never been on an airplane before. I've mentioned that already, but it bears repeating. I have never been on an airplane, and I'm about to be. So, yeah. Alright, like I said, I'm not going to monologue at the camera too long. There it is. Because I've always wanted to. Horizontal escalator. Actually, when you walk on it, it makes you walk really fast. Whoa, I'm walking so fast. You don't even know how fast one of those screens is out. I'm walking so fast. Did I walk past the building? Or do I have to go back? I don't have to go back. There's no way I have to go back through security to get food. Whee! So, here I am. I have arrived in Denver, Colorado, which is the furthest west I have ever been in my entire life by several orders of magnitude. Sean, editing Sean, do the math. Put it up on the thing. Show like how many multiples of the distance to Birmingham, Alabama it is. Funny enough, based on the flight tracker and the course it looked like the plane took, I think we flew over Quitman. We flew over that part of South Georgia. And I was like, I'm flying directly over the house. So, obviously right now you're wondering what I thought. How was my experience? It was pretty good, to be honest. I was nervous. I was a little antsy, but never. I just found where I'm going to eat. Italian place sounds delicious right now to myself. I feel like I should find somewhere to sit down. There's a lot of people walking around here. The main thing that sticks out to me as a first-time flyer is how easy it is to feel changes in elevation. Like, it was very clear. I mean, obviously when we were rising, but even when we were descending, you're staying flat, but you can just feel yourself lowering. I have a layover of just under 2 hours here in Denver, changing planes. So I'm gonna go eat and then kind of camp out by my gate and see what happens from there. Story time. Gosh, what was the last thing I even recorded? Probably landing here in California. As you can see, it is significantly later. So here's what happened. I don't think I mentioned this on video, but I tweeted about it. I can include that here in the light thing. I mentioned on Twitter that I was not able to charge my phone at the Denver airport because the lightning cable wasn't in my carry-on bag. I thought it was in my suitcase. And the phone actually lasted longer than I thought it would. So I got into the room. As you can see, I'm here in the room now. I go into my suitcases and I find the cable to charge the phone. And it is not the cable to charge the phone. What happened was, I grabbed a white cable that was USB at one end. But it turns out it wasn't an Apple cable, it was just a white micro USB cable I happened to have. I did not pack a lightning cable. So I wasn't able to charge the phone until I went out. It was a friend of mine, I've mentioned actually in videos for the channel, Matthew Ducker, and another friend of his, Mike. We're all in a group on Facebook together, that are also here for MorphiCon, and they were going to go grab something to eat, and they wanted to know if I was interested in coming along, and between, you know, if I'm going out for dinner, I may as well go find a cable for my phone. Fortunately, there were both a CVS and a Walgreens in rather close walking proximity to the hotel. So CVS had a cable that ended up costing me $15, but it's orange. It's orange. We got some Mexican food. I got a grilled chicken burrito that was actually really good. Yeah, I spent some money today because I ate at the Denver airport, obviously, and then I had dinner here. I mean, eating meals is a planned part of this, but I got this cable, and I also, this wasn't necessarily a planned part, but it should have been. I picked up instant coffee and coffee creamer and Coke Zero and sparkling water because I was thinking about getting sparkling water anyway. Walgreens had lime bubbly. I took a shower before I went to dinner, and I didn't realize how much I needed that. I mean, it's not like I'm saying planes are dirty or grungy or anything. Something else, funny enough, that I realized and that I wished the camera had been working for, but it was charging at this point. See that window behind me? If I go to that window and I look out, is Disneyland. Like, lights on the buildings, and remember, I'm familiar with how Disney lights their buildings. Disneyland, and if that wasn't enough to believe me, the nightly fireworks show at Disneyland was like right between my curtains out my window. I worked 5 years at Walt Disney World, and how going to Disneyland is going to be such a strange and marvelous experience for me. Part of the strangeness that I'm already experiencing is the idea that the regular city is so close to a Disney park, to Disneyland. For those of you who aren't familiar, Walt Disney World is kind of far out into what was the swamps of Central Florida. So you go to like Magic Kingdom, which is Walt Disney World's equivalent of Disneyland, and you know, there's nothing that is not associated with Disney in eyesight. Disney hotels, Disney parks, and lakes and green space. That's it. So just like the fact that I'm in a Hilton hotel, can look out my window and see Disneyland is just weird. But I guess I'm going to get a fireworks show every night, so that's cool. My brain wants to kind of plan, but I don't really know what I'm doing. Tomorrow I think is just mainly going to be focused on meeting people, because the vast majority of people coming to the convention are getting into town tomorrow. So that should be interesting. I've already met some people so far. So thank you so much for watching the first edition of the Unmorphed Power MorphiCon vlogs. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below, and I hope you're looking forward to seeing more of this convention. Again, I promise, as long as I can keep my phone charged, I'm going to let you guys see what I'm experiencing rather than just talking to you about it. This is going to be the exception rather than the rule. So until tomorrow, may the power protect you.